Day you get a workout that will add a little bit of something to your life, whether it's strengthening your heart, your body, your mind. Today's is more relaxation, de-stress, bring down your cortisol level, all that good stuff. So I would put this in the mobility, flexibility category. We're really going to take our time and stretch your muscles. So many times in a workout that I do, our cool down is relatively short, but this will give us really a lot of time to really stretch everything out. Breathe into it. Your breath is so important in this workout, and you'll feel energized, relaxed, all at the same time. So if you have a yoga block or just a book, something, I would grab that. You might need it for some of the postures. And if you have like a little workout towel or hand towel, dish towel, that will help us in some of the stretches. So we're going to start off with some mobility. And I think I'm just going to change my camera while I'm standing. And then when we get to the floor, I will change it. All right, so the towel helps us with mobility. We want to make sure our joints are mobile before we stretch out. It will make you feel better. This workout is great to do any time of day. Maybe at the end of the day you like it, or first thing in the morning to give you a little bit of energy boost. Make sure you have your water nearby. Even though we're stretching, we still need water. Okay, you should be hydrated, but when you get into the workout, during the workout, little sips, and then rehydrate after. So I'm going to hold on to the ends of the towel. My feet are apart, equal distribution of weight between the feet. I have socks on. They're not grippy because I feel pretty good where I am, but you can use grippy socks, barefoot, or sneakers, whatever feels best for you. I'm going to take a nice big deep breath up and down. Just get used to this motion, mobilizing the shoulders. And go back as far as you're comfortable with that towel. I'm just going to go back just a little bit of the way just to open up the chest. You're not exactly pulling on the towel, but you're keeping the towel taut. Good. Have that core connection. Your knees are soft. You want to make sure you're not locking out your hips, your knees, your feet. Spread those toes. Now we're going to go up and we're going to go over to the side. Lateral flexion, back in and down, and then we'll go to the other side. You're going to keep this going. Just going to move back a little bit. So as you go to one side, you want to make sure you're pressing into both feet evenly. This feels so good already. Moving the spine in all directions. So we want to every day flex the spine, rotate the spine, extend the spine. And you'll notice as you do this one, you're kind of gauging how far you're going down by pulling on that bottom arm a little bit. So you can go a little further down there if you like. Last one, we'll do one more to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Bring it in. And we're just going to relax the arms and just roll those shoulders back. So typically when we breathe through the day, we breathe shallow into the chest. But this is our opportunity to breathe all the way in from the base of our spine to the crown of the head. Exhale fully into the rib cage. So really expanding, breathing into our center. Good. Last one. We're going to bring the towel behind us and we're just going to press back. Good. Just press it back there. Use your back muscles. We're not holding on so tight here. I have a pretty even grip. This is great for your postural muscles. Just make sure you're standing tall. Good. Couple more. Last one. We're going to bring that towel back in front and we're going to rotate. So we're going to bring it up, keeping our hips square. We're just going to rotate side to side. So can you do this workout without a towel? Absolutely. But this little towel really adds something. You could do it with your arms straight out in front. It really helps. Inhale, center, exhale. I'm going to linger a little longer because I'm still exhaling. And you can do that too. Keep your hips square, your knees slightly bent. Rotate through that spine. Good. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if one side feels tighter, bring it down. Now we're going to bring the towel out in front with a little squat, just to get the knees and the hips going. So this isn't like a workout where you're looking to get really down far or warmed up to hold weights in your hands. So we're just looking to move the hips, move the knees. And if you want to come up and lift the heels up, you can right there. That helps you get a little bit of connection through your feet. You can even lift the towel as you come up on your tippy toes. One more. And then this is going to be our last one. Good. And we're going to do a good morning. So we're going to take the towel down. We're going to bring our fingertips to our temples, opening the shoulders. Have our feet apart a little more, slight bend in the knees. We're going to come down and keep those shoulder blades down. This is a good morning. Stretches out our hamstrings. If you are uncomfortable with your arms here, you could have your fingertips here and just get that nice mobility through your hip. Get the hamstrings opened up. So just like your chest is parallel to the floor, the hips go back. Make sure your knees are slightly bent. It's not a squat, it's a hinge motion. Last one. Keep your hands here. We're going to bring our arms out to the side and then flip our palms and bring our fingertips to our low back. We're just going to go back and forth. Works your shoulder mobility. If you're like, oh, ouch, your chest might have a little tightness. Your shoulder might have tightness there. So don't don't overdo it. You might want to just do this to here, see how that feels. And then this one's a little harder because you want to really feel that stretch through the front of the chest. We're not looking to arch our back. We're just looking to notice things in our body. Last time. And release it. Good. Roll those shoulders back. All right. We're going to go down to the floor. So the best way to get to the floor is with a roll down. So we're going to have our feet apart. We're going to nod the chin. Imagine you're peeling yourself off a wall as you come down and then come right back up. If that's too much, you can stop halfway and bend at the knees and then roll it up. You can add a little shoulder roll there. And don't worry about touching the floor. We're just looking to round and open up the vertebrae. I like a little shoulder roll there. You can do an arm circle. This is a Pilates roll-up version or variation. We do this on the floor. This is a great way to do it. Feeling your feet here. Now hold the next one down and walk out to your downward facing dog. So I'm going to move my necklace. We're going to immediately pedal the feet. Just listen to the music and breathe. De-stress. You are lowering your cortisol level. Such a big issue as we get older, especially for women and hormones. So we really want to de-stress every day. You know, it might be a workout. That definitely helps a little bit. It might be journaling. It might be going for a walk in nature. It might be talking to a friend. All right, we're going to bring those knees down and we're going to go into child's pose. So separate the knees as much as you want, and we're going to go right into our child's pose. Now, if that's too intense, you can go to puppy dog pose, which is you're on your elbows and your hips are a little higher, okay? You'll also get a nice feel there too. And we're going to bring the arms to the left and the right. Stay there for a breath or two. Walk those hands over as much as you like. One more each side. Feels good on the back. You're also getting a nice stretch through the quads here and the hips. Last time. And come on back to center. And bring it up to all fours. Nice job. So we're going to have our hands under our shoulders, our knees right under our hips. And we're just going to cat and cow. Another great thing you can do for your spine every day. Rounding exhaling. You can stay there as long as you like, as long as that exhale kind of lasts there. And then inhale. You can also set your own breathing pattern. So just still kind of mobilizing. Don't worry, we're going to be stretching out everything. And then come to a neutral spine. Very, very nice. We're going to thread the needle. This is a great stretch for your shoulder. We're going to bring the hips back a little bit. And if you have that block, you can take that right between the knees. That's going to help you have a greater pelvic floor and lower ab connection. We're going to bring the hips back. We're going to take the arm closest to me up. Open up through that shoulder. If it's tight, don't worry about it. Just do your best. Thread it under and then go right back up. We're going to do this 4 times. Give that block a squeeze. You can also put a Pilates ball there. Just helps with that connection. Your shoulder might come down. It might not. That's why we're repeating this about 5 times on each side. Really opening up each time, getting a nice stretch there. And then on your next one, hold it down. Relax through the upper body. Should feel great on your shoulder. And then when you're ready, come on up. And we're going to go to the other side. So set those hips back just a little bit to accommodate that thread through. We're going to bring the other arm up. You might notice it feels better on this side. Thread it under. We're going to do 4 or 5 on each side. Inhale as you come up. Get that nice thoracic spine stretch. Middle of your back. You're going to feel it right away. But you don't want to throw the arm up there. You want to move with intention, with purpose. Good. I'm going to take one more. And exhale, breathe and hold. This should feel so good. Rest your head down. Breathe. Don't forget to squeeze that block or ball between the knees and come up. Very nice. All right, have a seat. Nice. Good job. We're going to stretch out your hamstrings and low back a little bit. All right, so we're going to have a comfortable seated position. You can shake those knees out. We're going to take a nice big inhale, and we're going to hinge forward, keeping our arms up, and then come back and lower down. We're going to repeat that. Inhale, exhale, hinge, and come down. Just keep repeating that. As we flow, we can go deeper each time, maybe feeling that greater stretch through the hamstrings and low back. If you need to bend your knees, you can a little bit, not a lot. And hold this next one. Reach, reach, reach. Don't let your arms come down. Keep them up as an extension of your back. And then bring everything down. Here's where you can just fold over your legs. You can bring your hands closer to you. You can bend the knees a little bit. If this is too intense, roll up, take another inhale. I'm giving you time to explore all these. You can point your toes or flex your feet. And roll it up. Nice job. All right, we're going to roll onto our stomach and we're going to stretch out through the upper body a little bit here, coming into that prone position. And we're just going to take a little baby cobra here. So a little back extension. You're going to stay here. I'm going to move my camera down just a little bit so you can see me a little bit better on the floor now that we're down on the floor. Good. There we go. So you're just going to hold that position. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the abdominals. And I want you to actively press your hips down into the mat. Okay, you can put an extra pad under there. Point your toes and squeeze the glutes a little bit. Good. So you can stay here. The closer you bring in your elbows, the more extension you get. You want to stay out of this position. If you want to take it up a notch, you can bring it up to more of like a cobra here. Your knees are on the ground though for this one, and we're going to go back to child's pose. We're going to put these two together. Child's pose, to your extension, whatever version you prefer. This is a great way to get a little bit more of a stretch through the quads. When you go back into child's pose, you can bring your knees closer together now that you're a little warmer. Also stretching out the fronts of your feet. Good. Your foot is flat down, the front of your foot. Again, if you need to, bring it down here and come to your little cobra, okay? Either one is fine. Good. And then bring it back. Good job. Nice. Good. Come on up. And we're going to have a seat here. We're going to roll all the way down, and we're going to take a little shoulder bridge to move that spine a little bit. Then we're going to do a little bit more hips and hamstrings. So just sit up tall. Your knees can be bent, and we're going to roll down. Now you can hold onto your legs to roll down. You're C-shaping the spine. Okay, or once you get to the ground, you're going to walk your feet in, or you can do a full Pilates roll down there if you know that and you want to do it that way. All right, your feet are apart, flat on the floor, arms down, head is relaxed. We're going to tilt the pelvis and release. So we're just rocking that pelvis, creating a space as you rock it right here, and then pressing lower back gently into the floor. Notice how your abdominals feel. And then the next time you tilt the pelvis, we're going to raise the hips up into your shoulder bridge. So head is relaxed. Pause and then bring it down. One vertebrae at a time as best you can. Once your hips come down, you go right back up. So this is an important move for the spine as well as the hips. You're going to feel a nice little stretch in your hip flexor there. So you can put your hands there. Just getting nice and relaxed here. Relax the muscles of your face. If you want to hold that shoulder bridge up there, you can. That feels good for you. It's important. This move is so important that we do it in yoga. We do it in Pilates. We do it in our group strength classes with and without weights. So it's a really great move. You're resting on your shoulder blades. It's a ski slope, straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Hold that core engagement and then slowly bring it down. Nice job. Bring your knees in to your chest and just circle those knees out. You don't have to go too wide. You want that lower back in contact with the mat. Go in both directions. Good. Circle those knees. It feels good on your hips, your low back. Good. Nice. And then we're going to take a four-corner stretch. So you're going to have your left foot on the ground, your right leg crosses over, and just going to take your right hand and press that knee to the side. If this is enough of a stretch for you, you're going to stay right here. Okay, make sure that your foot is above the knee and not on it. Just take your deep breaths here. If you want to add to this, you're going to take both hands and thread them through the legs. You can lift your head to do that, but then you're going to put your head down and circle that opposite ankle. Feels so good. A little ankle mobility. And you're actively pressing your hands in against the hamstring, pulling in to get a deeper stretch through this hip. Relax your shoulders. We don't want to hold any tension there. It's a beautiful, beautiful stretch. You can also do it standing. I was telling my clients about that today. When you're ready, bring it down and stay there. Bring your arms out into a T, and then just start to bring your hips or your knees right and left. You're going to center through your shoulder blades, so you don't want that shoulder to pop up. If it does, you've gone too far. So we just want to keep the shoulders down. But this is such a good stretch for your hips, your obliques. We're keeping that foot crossed over. So when you come here, you can actually just hold it there and let that foot just kind of weigh that down a little bit, that opposite knee. So you're going to feel that stretch even more in the side body. Okay. So take those opportunities. Keep it crossed over. Let's do one more each side. It's a beautiful stretch. If you like your arms in goalposts, you can do that. Inhale and exhale. Let your body experience this. Come back to center. Good. And then we're going to take our towel again. We're going to take that same leg that was crossed over and just bring it into the chest. Now this left leg can stay here or it can go long on the floor, and you'll get a nice lengthening feeling here through your hip flexor. But if that bothers you, just bend it in again. Bring that knee to the outer elbow or outer shoulder. Pull it in. Get that nice stretch there. Good. And then we're going to bring this leg up. We're going to take that towel around the ball of the foot as a little stretching tool. You're going to hold on to the towel, and you're not forcing anything, but you're just using it as an extension of your hand, basically, to help guide that leg in a little bit. You can straighten the knee a little bit, but I don't want you to lock it. Maybe bring it in towards you a little bit. When that gets to be too much, back it off. So this is your time to explore all these moves. You can pull with both arms pulling, or maybe just one. That's fine too. See how it feels. Straighten that knee a little bit as you back off a little, and then pull it in. You want to straighten it a little bit so you get that nice stretch through the hamstring. Make sure you're breathing here. That's a big part of this. Our exhales allow us to go a little further. So you have quite some time here to stretch out that hamstring, so take advantage of it. That's good for your back health as well. That's why we do them right after bridges. It just feels good. All right, we're going to take this towel and this leg all the way open. So I'm going to bring my left arm out to the side. I'm going to guide it down. You go as far as you want. You can straighten the leg. You're going to get an intense stretch through that inner thigh. Make sure you squeeze your abdominals here. And then we're going to bring it in. Nice job. And then we're going to bring it to the other side. I like to bend my knee, bring that right arm out, and pull it across. If you prefer, you can have your hand on your knee and let your foot rest on that straight leg. That's going to be a nice stretch there. So if you're not comfortable with this, hand on the towel, maybe you can straighten the leg. You can have that hand above the knee. So it's really important to just experiment. It just doesn't all happen at once. Sometimes we try different things and we say, oh, I don't like that, or I'll go to this variation. Go where it gives you the best release. And bring it back to center. I like to bend my knee. Nice job. All right, release that towel and hug both knees in again and circle those knees. We're going to do that whole thing on the other side. You're doing great. This is pretty intense. That's why I say make sure you're hydrated before. If you need a sip, take a break, get a sip of water. It's all work. We're working our body. Good. All right, we're going to put that right foot down, and we're going to cross our left foot over. Now this is my tighter side, so it takes a little bit more for me to go deeper. So we're going to put that towel down for now. Just kind of feel for how that hip feels. Apply a little pressure as you bring that knee out. So if you were doing this standing, you would do the same stretch. This would be your leg on the floor, and your knee would be slightly bent. Never want to lock out your knees. Good. If this is great for you, stay here. If you want a little more, thread through. I'm going to pick my head up. Notice when I pick my head up, I nod the chin. I don't come straight up, okay? So we nod the chin, safely come up through that cervical spine. And you can start circling that ankle. I'm going to try to put my head down. Oh, there we go. Relax your shoulders. You never know how that's going to go. And I feel pretty tight right now. You should be feeling really nice, a little more relaxed. When you're ready, we're going to bring that foot down. We're going to bring our arms out into a T. Readjust if you need to. Make sure that foot is above the knee. And we're going to keep taking the knees side to side. Okay, so I'm going to keep my arms here in goalpost. And you're going to really savor this. You can Take your time with it. Exhale, but keep both shoulders down. If your shoulder lifts off, you've gone too far. So you want to just adjust that. It's a wonderful stretch for your core, your hips, and it's all related. If you have lower back pain and you're doing these stretches, you'll find that, your lower back pain should resolve itself depending on your condition. I'm not a doctor, but for general low back tightness, I would say shoulder bridge, cat-cow, this type of movement, stretching out your hamstrings and your hip flexors. That's all going to be good. Your hips. Come back to center. And then we're going to take this leg in. And here's where you're going to decide if this leg's going to stay bent or long. You can feel that nice stretch through your hip flexor. Just bring that knee maybe to the outer edge of that shoulder. See how that feels. Feel a nice stretch through the inner thigh. Nice. This is just a feel-good stress reliever for sure, and you're really doing your body some good. I'll talk about that in a second. We're going to kick that leg up, take that towel under the ball of the foot, just gently pull it in. So yes, we're relaxing, but we're also lengthening our muscles and moving our joints. Keeping our joints mobile, keeping your muscles flexible is so important to prevent injury, to help you in all your strength movements. If you're doing strength training or your cardio movements, you're going to walk better, you're going to move better, you're going to have greater range of motion, and it really does help repair muscles. So after a tough workout, stretching is really beneficial. You might not have this much time to spend, but I would say at least once a week, get a total body mobility and stretch. Especially when you're traveling, if you feel like you just want to do something low impact and light. Good. And just straighten and bend that knee. You know what to do on this side now. Gently pull it towards you. Get that nice stretch. Really exhale. Never hold your breath. You might feel like you're holding your breath sometimes, but really let it go in those times where it's a little bit harder. You're holding a deeper stretch. You can always release it. Good. Then we're going to take that leg out to the side. I might not have that much room, but I'm going to try. You can take your gaze to the opposite side. This feels incredible on your inner thigh. Good. And bring it across. Take it across the body. Remember, you can hold onto your knee. And you're going to have that other arm down. You're going to keep the shoulders down as you take that leg across. Oh, it's tight. Remember, you can be right here with your knee bent. Keep your shoulders down. But if you want to, you can straighten that leg. Again, it takes a little time for me to get to these levels. I feel like I need a little more time to really go further, but I'm just trying to show you options here. Keep that opposite shoulder down. Breathe into the tight spots. Send your breath there. And then bring it back to center. Very nice. We're going to release that towel. Hug your knees in. I'm going to cross my ankles this time and circle the knees in both directions. Feels so good. And we're either going to roll up to a seated position, or you can go to your side and come up. You can roll like a ball. Bring it up. Nice job. All right, we're just going to do one more stretch for your hips. You're going to come up to your knees. Make sure you take some extra padding depending on your surface. Here's where you're going to need your block. And we're going to just have your knees apart, and you're going to take one knee out to the side, your foot down, and your yoga block right here. If you don't need it, you can always take it out. You're going to put your hand on the block and reach the opposite arm up. It's like a little windmill, like a little triangle in yoga. And you're going to go forward and back. I'm just going to show you that my heel is down. Okay, this yoga block helps you so that you don't have to go as far to the floor. If you don't need it, then bring your hand down. But it's a really nice tool. Bring it up. And now I want you to focus a little bit more on ankle mobility. So you're just going to come forward, and you can really keep that heel down. You can put your block right here again and just really get some nice hip flexibility here, hip flexor, and a little bit of ankle mobility. So that back knee is down. Make sure there's adequate padding under it. Come on up and do that windmill again. Go a little deeper if you want. If now that you have that ankle mobility, maybe go a little further. Let that knee come out. As long as this knee is down and this heel is down, which my heel is down, you're fine. All right. Take that arm up and bring it up. That's an intense stretch. We're going to go to the other side. Probably one of my favorites. So we're going to make sure that knee and heel are in line. The toe is pointing away. Do a few of these rocking through first if you like. And then you're going to put that block there. You can put it any way you want. And then go to the initial little windmill there, opening up that shoulder. If you're struggling and you're like, oh, I can't do that, and your arm's out here, just do your best to open that shoulder. Good. Come on up. And now just kind of rock forward, working on that ankle mobility. Make sure you keep this ankle down. Go where you can. Get that nice stretch through your hip. And then we'll revisit the windmill again. So now that you've worked that ankle a little more, and you can spend a little more time here. You're going to go back and see if you can keep that heel down and go a little deeper. Ooh, that feels intense. So I'm going to come back and then go back down. Good. Open up. Nice straight line from your fingertips to the block. Go back a little bit if you need a little more and release it. Oh, felt so good. All right, we're going to come to all fours again. We're going to work our way back up to standing. All right, so we're going to have our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips, point the toes. We're going to go to that cat-cow again. Notice how the body feels. Actually, I think we're going to do a little bit more upper body stretching. We'll finish on the floor today. Just have a seat. Now, if you want to sit up on your block, you can. Okay, you can sit up on your block and just sit in a comfortable seated position. So if that's here or if it's here, as long as your back is tall, doesn't matter to me. All right, we're just going to stretch out the upper body. We're just going to take our head to side. If you're slouching here, go to a different position. So I like to sit on a block. If you take yoga, you have that option. Just when you sit cross-legged, it just is a little bit more comfortable. Just take that head side to side. Bring your chin to your chest, and then just rock side to side. Just be careful if you have any restrictions in your neck as far as going back, just keep it in front. If it feels good for you to go all the way back, I recommend when your head goes back that you open the mouth, release the jaw. You don't have to go too far back, but we do things where we look up during the day, So we used to say, never look up in like a stretch class, or, never let the head go back. But don't we look up to the sky? And tonight is the night before 4th of July, so I'll be looking up at fireworks. It's a pretty functional movement. So just be careful. And then bring your head, neck, and shoulders up. Relax. Good. We're going to bring one arm to the side, over, and then go to the other side. Get that nice side stretch. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to come back to center, and we're going to take the right arm in front. Press right between your elbow and your shoulder. Tilt your head is your option, or you can look down. I like that option better. Feels better on my neck. And just get a nice stretch through the shoulder. Other side. This is kind of like a variation of thread the needle, so might feel the same kind of sensation. Good. And my favorite going to have your hands down. You're going to stir the pot. So you're going to go back. I'm actually going to come up off my block. I feel like I'm going to fall off of it. And you're just really going to detoxify your internal organs. So you're going to inhale and exhale. So this is a little cat-cow. So we're rounding and then we're coming forward and extending. Go the other way. I used to do this in my kids' yoga class, and we used to call it Stir the Witch's Brew. And the kids would love it. You got to always try to find a fun name for those kids whenever they're doing something like this, but they love this one. And come back to center. Just see how your body feels. Take a nice big deep breath up and let it out. Lengthen the spine one more time. Inhale, exhale, bring all that good energy in to your heart center. I hope you feel wonderful, energized. Please take your time getting up. I like a functional way of getting up. So if you want to go to all fours, then go into down dog and slowly walk those hands back. I welcome you to do so. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you are, I'm going to come up that way. Hope you're enjoying this 7-day challenge where you get 7 different workouts and you get to try them out. I teach on Zoom every week, so you'll get a variety of workouts with me there, but this is just a little sampling. My workouts on Zoom are typically a little bit longer in length, but it's just a sneak peek into my online studio. So working out in the comfort of your own home, if you will. All right, so 36 minutes, we did it. Hopefully this lowered your stress level, just made you feel good, made you maybe think about that mind-body connection a little more. Maybe you've discovered something about yourself. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.